Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boot. Looks like he fell on the back. And my son Michael. And Michael just was telling me, tell me again what you just said, Mike.
Carson Wentz needs to wear a knee brace for the rest of his career.
Carson Wentz will need to wear a knee brace for the rest of his career. That's what the surgeon said. According to the surgeon. So that's not good. Wow. You guys know I'm old, okay? All right? Now, I'm going to tell you something that you probably will not believe, but it is the honest to God truth. Okay? My senior year in high school, the last scrimmage of the preseason, in the fourth quarter, to make a long story short, I'm running downfield on punt coverage. The guy fumbles the ball is rolling towards me. I'm thinking about picking up the football and getting 6 freaking points. And it was at that time that my left leg was planted, my hands were reaching out for the ball, and I got unloaded on in the shoulder. What happened to my knee was, my knee went like this, sideways. Completely tore my ACL. I saw the video clip one time. That was enough. Because the camera was dead on because they were looking at the ball carrier and I was between the ball carrier and the camera. And literally, when you see your knee go like that sideways, it's fucked up. I completely tore my ACL. And that was in the infancy of the scope. They had just started being able to go in and use the scope, because before that, basically they cut your knee open, you know, with basically a scar about that big, and it would take 1.5 to 2 years to heal. So when they went in on my knee, they said it was a complete tear of the ACL, but the technology wasn't really there for them to do reconstructions except by going back through old school cutting it open. So what they suggested was I wait a few years to get a reconstruction, wear a knee brace, and they would just go in and clean it up and strengthen the leg and hope that it would hold itself together, and figured, well, maybe you'll play a couple of games at the end of the season, but, you know, more than likely your career in football is over with. So that ACL has never been repaired. To this day, I don't have an ACL in my left knee. My knee is screwed up, actually, because the other knee is just as bad from flesh-eating bacteria, but that's another story. But 2.5 weeks after having that surgery, I played football. And I had one of these minor little knee braces and stuff like that, but for the most part, I never wore a brace. I competed in the track and field and things like that, even went on to JMU, played football there without a knee brace. The fact that they're saying that Carson Wentz is going to need to wear a knee brace
for the rest of his career,
that tells me that knee is really effed up. I mean, effed up. I've got a knee brace that I wear just basically when my knee just really starts bothering me and stuff like that, but I don't have an ACL and don't have to wear a brace. Then that means the fear is that if he takes another hit on it, it's going to rupture again, which means that joint is going to be weak. So I would say you might want to hold off on letting go Nick Foles and trading him.
I want to know what they gave up for him.
What, for Nick Foles?
No, for Wentz.
Well, they gave up a lot of picks to move up to get him, and that's one of those things that
until he got hurt.
Part of his game is the mobility, but he's going to have to change his style of playing. You know, don't get me wrong, because Dan Marino had bad knees. Dan Marino also had a hell of a quick release. But mobility was not part of his game. And he's not RG3, where mobility was everything of RG's game. So I'm not saying that that's, you know, the end of his career. However, you know, you don't want to be looking at somebody like Sam Bradford, who, you know, messes up his knee when he gets off the bus. And that knee brace is going to slow down the mobility. And one of the reasons for me personally that I hated wearing the knee brace is the same reason that a lot of players don't like to wear a lot of pads, is it slows you down. And more times than not, where I wore the knee brace, I couldn't use my full agility, and I got into more trouble because I couldn't get out of the way. And the other thing you also have to understand too, when we're talking about knees, is the problem with the knee brace is this. A knee brace is made to go back and forth, okay? Which is great. But what you don't realize is your knee joint is still kind of a universal joint. It's not meant to go a lot sideways, but it does have some lateral stability where, you know, when you cut and push off of it, it will bend a little bit to the side. You lose that wearing a knee brace. You're not able to do the exact same things that you are without it. So, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I had mentioned before that they realized when they went in that it was worse than what they thought. People just said, "Oh, you're just, you know, talking crap and everything else. He's going to be fine and ready to go at the end of the season."
The problem is the same thing with Irvin. Is he
went out there and kept playing on it. Yeah,
played until they could score.
Great point, Michael. Right, yeah, and that's one of those things that, yeah, it's already loose. Okay, let me go ahead and get tackled by a 300-pound person there or get hit again and make it even worse. So, yeah, there's something to be said about when your shit's messed up, getting off the field. So, that could be a big blow. And more than likely, he is not going to be ready to start the beginning of the season. And if he does, here's the thing. You don't want to be an all-in like RG3. RG3, I went to their training camp, and I looked at RG3 when everybody said he's going to be ready to start the season. I looked at that knee and the way he was not able to plant off of it. I said, he's not ready. And so now you got to make sure that when Carson Wentz does come back, and he's going to press because Nick Foles has now done something that no other Eagle quarterback has ever done. That's win a Super Bowl. So he's going to try and get his ass back out there because he's thinking, I want my job back. So Eagles, I know you're happy about the Super Bowl win, but man, it ain't easy staying on top. What do you think, Mike? What's the over and under for wins for next season for the Eagles?
Might not even see the field.
I'm going to say 9.5 is the over and under.
I say they might not even see the field.
So the question is, are you guys taking the over and the Eagles will win more than 9.5, or are you going to take the under? So guys, I will talk to you guys later. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Michael, and I'll see you soon.